Look at how fake this fight is. Tyson could have ended it with a knockout here, but instead, he chose to just run around and do nothing.
Body, uppercut. It was in the contract.
No uppercut.
No uppercut.
They had no intentions to really strap it on. What did Mike Tyson win on?
Mike Tyson has addressed rumors surrounding his alleged scripted fight with Jake Paul in Dallas last Friday. Both Tyson and Paul faced criticism before the fight, but the controversy grew after the outcome. Social media posts claim the fight was staged, with the two following a predetermined script.
Paul won the bout, but some believe Tyson wasn't fighting to win. They point to a moment in the match when Paul took a punch from Tyson, taunted him by sticking out his tongue, and acted unfazed as proof that Tyson was taking it easy. Conspiracy theorists argue that Tyson, now 58, took the fight for the $20 million payday and let Paul have an easy victory. After all, Tyson is well past his prime, hadn't fought in years. Some even claim Tyson wasn't attacking at all, making it seem like the whole thing was staged for Paul to get a win over a legendary boxer, something Paul supporters are quick to highlight as a win for his career. Others suggest that Paul was simply taunting Tyson, like he's done in his previous fights. It's a heated debate. Was it a legitimate fight or an orchestrated spectacle for TV ratings?
This isn't the first time Jake Paul has been accused of staging questionable fights that undermine the integrity of competitive boxing. However, Tyson has shared his thoughts on the events before, during, and after the fight.
Watching this fight, I'm watching the recaps because I love boxing, and it has come to my brain, like it is processed in my brain, that this is fishy. For example, the rules. He got paid more based on the round. Now, normally, from my experience, again, this is low-level professional fights. This is not marquee fights. Normally, if you knock somebody out, you get some extra money. Like in the MMA, you get fight of the night, you get an extra 50 to 70 grand. Whereas here, if you win all 8 rounds, you got a bonus. And there were certain tells, right? Like when Tyson literally sees a clear shot and he holds back. And you see that Jake Paul's hands are down, his face is wide open. By the way, guys, Jake Paul's defense was atrocious. His hands were down the whole.
Mike Tyson's statement was cryptic, expressing gratitude for simply stepping into the ring. On X, he shared, "I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 valves in the hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won." He added, "To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of 72,000 fans at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium is an experience no man can ask for. Thank you." Tyson's medical condition had been public, but its severity was not fully revealed at the time. Initially, it was believed to be a result of a complicated ulcer episode that caused an emergency landing. The highly anticipated bout, watched by over 72,000 fans, was part of a co-main event, which also featured Katie Taylor's controversial victory over Amanda Serrano in a super lightweight championship.
Finally arriving in my path and in my destiny, and it just feels good.
I can't come up with 2 names who could capture the entire gambit of fans, both involved in boxing and not, old and young.
It's a special moment, and who I have tonight, I'm gonna go with Tyson. I mean, he's looking slim, he's looking big.
I don't know, something about me, I'm just in the present moment. I'm ready for war, I'm ready for action. God is with me, God is protecting me, so didn't feel a thing.
I think that using his youth, his athleticism would be the smart choice.
The event surpassed Texas' previous sports combat record of $9 million set by Canelo Alvarez's fight against Billy Joe Saunders at AT&T Stadium in 2021. According to Most Valuable Promotions, over 73,000 fans attended the Alvarez-Saunders bout, which was the largest crowd for a U.S. sporting event since the pandemic began the previous year.
Can't even believe
that I'm beating these people, so they say it's rigged.
And is there an element of like some of the people you step in the ring with, they're like, all right, fine, I'll take it, like I'll shut the YouTuber up?
100%. They all thought they were going to be that person. You know, even Tyron Woodley really thought he was going to beat the shit out of me. I hit fucking hard, and I'm a real problem.
What's up with you and Dana White?
These fighters are basically enslaved contracts.
You could go in your next fight, you could fight somebody who's a professional boxer, but maybe doesn't draw as much money as, say, you go and you fight Andrew Tate.
I've always leaned on going with a tougher opponent, always. They just haven't gotten in the ring with me.
Are they scared? Why are they not getting
Yes, I believe so. People say, oh, you have a chip on your shoulder? Like, I have 2 chips on my shoulder, one on each side. I'm hungry, I'm relentless, and I will show the world that I'm a world champion.
Who's the person that if you fight, you're like, I can't believe I'm in the ring with this person? And
Jake Paul defeated Tyson, the 58-year-old former heavyweight champion, in a one-sided decision, winning all but 1 round on the judges' scorecards. It marked Paul's 11th victory in 12 fights, with 7 knockouts in 4.5 years since turning pro. MGM reported the fight as its most heavily bet boxing, or MMA event, with 3 times the number of bets and 4 times the money of any combat sport in its sportsbook's history. A Keezer sportsbook official compared the event's attention to that of an NFL Monday night game. Given the massive attention, rumors of the fight being staged have surfaced. While the full reasons remain unclear, there are a few factors contributing to the widespread speculation surrounding Tyson's return to the ring after nearly 2 decades.
By unanimous decision, and still.
Rumors and excitement intensified ahead of the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight after a fake script detailing the outcome surfaced online. The supposed leaked document claimed Paul would secure a dramatic knockout victory in round 5, sparking a frenzy among fans. However, much like the hoax before Paul's previous fight with Tommy Fury, no evidence supported the idea that the fight was scripted or fixed. Furthermore, the outcome predicted by the leaked script seemed almost absurd. For many boxing purists, Jake Paul does not fit the traditional image of a professional boxer.
Tonight is the moment. We've been waiting on this. We've been waiting on this.
Waiting on this.
Get this body there. Get him out your way.
The persistent rumor of a script for the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was almost comical. The fake document suggested Tyson would show early brilliance before Paul gained control, landing a decisive blow in the 5th round to knock Tyson down and secure the win. Despite the buzz around the hoax, the actual fight played out differently. In addition, fan theories emerged, with some claiming to have identified a moment that suggested Paul signaled for Tyson to take it easy. One fan posted a clip on X, highlighting a shot where Tyson appeared to take a punch to the chin.
When I met Jake Paul, I knew he had a unique offering for combat sports because he had a captive audience. No different than KSI and Logan Paul, right? They come with a fan base that is rare to find in boxing or MMA. In traditional ball and stick sports, by the time you become a pro, you often have a fairly meaningful audience, so you can convert that. So when I met Jake, I said, okay, that's pretty unique. Now, his audience was vastly smaller when I met him in October of 2019, but it was still like 25 million people across platforms, right? Plus his YouTube. I always believed we could do some very meaningful, disruptive things. I said that to multiple companies that I pitched Jake Paul to. I said that to peers who I worked with. I said it to individuals that we wanted to partner with at the time to say, trust me, you want to be a part of this. We're going to build something very meaningful in the next 5 to 10 years.
So landing some big shots and knocking Jake around the ring. But that changed when Paul clinched with Tyson. It's alleged he whispered into Tyson's ear to cool it, and the message was confirmed received by Tyson with the affirming tap on the back. After that moment, Tyson became a stick in the mud. standing directly in front of Paul with no more aggressiveness to him. Like here, for instance, Tyson can see the right hand plain as day and makes no attempt to slip it. My next reason is Tyson was definitely pulling his punches. Tyson looked as if he was struggling to hold back and not throw punches at Paul. Here's a perfect example. Tyson deflects the shot off his shoulder, comes up in perfect position to land a counter right hand, but does nothing. Very uncharacteristic. And my final reason is Tyson biting his glove. The reason he was doing this was to remind himself not to throw punches and let
there wasn't an appetite for them. I think the Netflix viewing figures and the attendance would show you that there is a huge demand for it, but I'd also question, just because you can do something, should you do something? You know, was that really... I listened to those vox pops there from the fans saying, you know, it was one last opportunity to see Mike Tyson fight. Well, would it not be better served going on YouTube and watching a prime Mike Tyson? Did you really get the value out of the money that you paid for the ticket to go and watch him? I'd question that. That's kind of one of the things that was my immediate reaction to hearing what the fans had to say. But it's opinions, isn't it? It wasn't for me as more of a pure boxing fan. Nostalgia certainly took over, and I think some people got carried away. But that's not to throw any hate on Jake Paul.
Suitor, and my goal in this channel is to teach you more about the medical side of the sports world. Now, yes, I watched the fight. Turned out exactly like you'd expect a 58-year-old to look when they're out there boxing. I don't think anybody was really surprised after the fact. I think a lot of people hoped that we'd see this new, rejuvenated, energized version of Tyson, and he came out and a couple of rounds looked pretty good, and then by the end of the fight it was clear this was a 58-year-old man, and he looked like a 58-year-old man. And I have a lot of issues with this. I don't think this fight should have ever happened. I think it says a lot of bad things about the combat sports world and sets a really